You know, this is rarely ever discussed. 50-year-old women, right? The dating market with 50-year-old women. I have a couple of 50-year-old women that are friends and whatnot, and or some of them that I have worked with. And what you're gonna find typically is that they were either in long-term marriages or long-term relationships, living, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It ended for whatever reason. And a lot of these women, they have a lot of problems, you know. Your typical 50-year-old woman, she's either going to be the type of woman where her husband unfortunately physically abused her, mentally abused her, whatever. She never got any help for it. So her mind is messed up. Her mind is gone. And she's just ignoring it. And then, or he verbally abused her. But if none of that happens, a lot of them, what happens is they have a child, for lack of a better word. They have a defective child. They have a child that has all kinds of mental issues that they were diagnosed with late in life. Usually a male, sometimes a female. And this child, uh, grown adult, is going to be abusive, right? I saw a video recently where this 50-year-old black woman had a 20-year-old black daughter, and it got so bad with her mental issues that she started hitting the mother, and then the cops had to finally come and get her, right? In the black community, I don't know about other communities, but in the black community, with some people, not all, with some people, some of these daughters and sons, but I've seen it more so with daughters. Some of these daughters, they never leave. Meaning that if she's got two daughters, these daughters are going to keep bringing grandkids in the house. I mean, if that doesn't sound disgusting to you, none of these guys are going to be with these women. These women are going to get pregnant, and then they're going to stay with the kids in the house. It's the ultimate dysfunctional behavior. Ultimate. You're looking at somebody who, despite her degrees, she should have never let that shit happen. She has allowed this nonsense to happen. I know about this personally. I have seen stuff like this before. Okay, where the grandkids are being raised by the grandparents. All this dysfunctional behavior. Meanwhile, like I said before, this woman, these women, these 50-year-olds typically don't get any therapy. You know how they tried to push therapy on everybody in the last 4 years or whatever. Go get therapy. Well, there's a lot of people that get therapy and they're still messed up mentally, right? So you take your 50-year-old man, and same thing. He was in a long-term marriage or a long-term relationship. He was, and it went south for whatever reason. Maybe he was abused, whatever. And what happened? What happened is, you know, if he's healthy, if the dick still works, whatever, he still wants to have sex, right? But he doesn't want to be in a relationship. He just doesn't want to. And this is typically where a lot of 50-year-old men are, just nah, that whole living together piece, is it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's over. These men can typically tell you stories of how she cheated on him. They will typically tell you stories of how she stole money from him, how she turned his children against him. There's a lot of those stories. And now he's done, right? And these women want to play dumb because they know their girlfriends, they know women in their family, they know, right? How a lot of women destroy homes. They know this. They know this. So a lot of 50-year-old men are done with this bullshit. They're just nah. I'm good. I'm good. Getting married again, it ain't gonna happen. Moving in with you, it ain't gonna happen. So what's left? Well, because somebody told me recently that she was in love with me, and I was just like, okay. Um, uh, she's a beautiful woman, you know. She's a black woman. She's a 50-year-old black woman, and but she is in the exact scenario that what I'm saying is that she has a bunch of grandkids. She's got a bunch of grandkids, and what she's not going to tell me, and I already know what the dealio is that she's probably either raising a few of them or they live there, right? It's like me and my best friend talk about all the time. It's always about the situation. I'm at the stage in my life where I've been living alone. I live alone. I don't have any problems, any drama, any blah blah blah. I live a very peaceful, quiet life. No noise, no nothing. If I am going to deal with any woman out here, I don't want to hear and you know you can't come over today because the grandkids are sleeping over tonight. What does that have to do with anything? Well, some of them sleep in the bed with me. Oh no, no. See, this is this drama. This is this nonsense that men are not going to put up with. You know, the kids can sleep in their own beds. See, men don't want to put up with this nonsense. We don't want to put up with this nonsense. I want sex on demand. I'm in my 50s, but the penis still works. I get hard every day. I want to have sex every day. So I want to have sex on demand. And if I got to hear, well, the kids are here now, and I don't want to be bothered with this nonsense. I just don't. And you know, or if there's no kids involved, it's just that she has a grown child that's never going to leave. And I had a coworker, closing it out, same thing. He was a white male. He was in his 50s back then. He's way older now. But he had a beautiful white girlfriend, and they didn't live with each other because of the same thing. Like, she has a grown son that's never, he's got mental issues, and alcohol issues. He yells and screams at the mother, calls her all kind of bitches and all kind of names. And I remember my coworker used to tell me, he was like, she's always asking me to marry her. He said, but I'm not going to do it because of her son. I'm like, exactly. Why doesn't she understand this? What man wants to move in with a woman whose son has all of these mental problems, or daughter? That's not your child. And even if that was if that was my child, I'm going to find a way to move you into a facility, because I'm not going to spend the rest of my life dealing with some adult that's never going to leave home. You are going to get the hell out of here. You're going to get the hell out of here. There's nothing you can say. You are going to get the hell out of here. This is what these women don't seem to understand. We don't want your problems. We don't want your problems. I've got all these video games. Yes, I play video games in my 50s. So what? I'm not harming anybody. I have fun. I have fishing. I have hunting to do, bowling, shooting my rifle, my shotgun, my pistol at the range. I have a full life. If I want to jump on a plane and go down south, I can do that too, visit my mother. I have a full life. I don't need to deal with a 50-year-old woman that has all of these problems because I don't have none of these problems. I make good money. I have achieved peace in my life, right? So these women don't understand this shit. And then they get upset when men in their 50s want to deal with women that are young, like in their 20s, with no kids. Oh, and here comes the lies. Oh, you're just manipulating her. Manipulating her into do what? Into doing what? Into getting in my bed and having great sex without any problems, right? It's always the lies of manipulation. What am I manipulating her to do? If I had somebody that was in her 20s, she would have her job, she would have her place, it would work just fine. She doesn't have any kids. There's no drama, there's no arguments, there's just orgasms all the time. That's all it is. But this is the nonsense with them. They want us to deal with their dysfunctional world, and we're not going to do it. And even if she's not dysfunctional, a lot of men are determining their value, right? I want a woman that's a virgin. I want to be the first one in. I want to be the first one in. I don't want to deal with a woman that's had, 20 guys in. It's the truth. Your average American woman has probably had 20 guys in. This is not an exaggeration. I want to feel something that no man has ever been in. It's the truth. So they're just mad because they can't control anything but themselves. They are the real control freaks. They want some sucker man to deal with her after she done had like 5 kids and 20 dudes in her fucking pussy. Nah. Ain't no smart man dealing with this nonsense.